but really excited today to introduce you to our updated and expanded version of FX Connect. My name is Chris Morton, and I am Director of Strategic Initiatives for Fresh Expressions. I'm here with my colleague, Jeanette Statz, who has been working day and night to help build out this great, exciting resource for you guys. FX Connect is an online membership community designed for friendship, resourcing, and inspiring those who are starting and sustaining fresh expressions of church. That just means it's a place to meet other people who are passionate about this and to check out our almost 10 years now of resources that we've been curating on these topics. So without further ado, I want to hand things over to Jeanette, who is going to walk us through FX Connect and help us to really understand just the breadth and depth of everything it has to provide. So Jeanette, take it away.
Great, thanks, Chris. And you're gonna shift to the next slide there. So if you've been with Fresh Expressions any bit of time, maybe for our first launch of the FX Connect, there's a lot that you'll see today that is similar. We've always wanted it to be a resource library, a place that is home to our videos, our webinars, past conferences, retreats, books, ebooks, a plethora of resources. We are excited with this new launch to also have it be a place of interaction. And so you'll see there that first point on the screen is that it's a membership community. And what do we mean by that? It's just a place where you can interact with others navigating a similar place that you're in, maybe starting a fresh expression of church, maybe starting a dinner church, or maybe you are 5 or 10 years in and need some encouragement, need a place to be refreshed. Also, for any of our conferences, our vision days, even our podcast community, it's a place to interact and keep those conversations going. And so that is one of the parts that we are super excited about in this launch, is an opportunity to have a little bit more interaction amongst the users of FX Connect. Like I said, it is also a place that revisits events. And so a lot of times if there's a webinar, it will automatically go up within 24 to 48 hours of that webinar. And that's available for anyone on a basic subscription plan. And we'll talk about those plans later. But it is also a place for finding past conferences, past gatherings, and also just new content that is created. Number 3 is share learnings with team members who weren't there live. And so again, that's part of that community building where we don't always get to, in this 10-day and age, be present at something, but that doesn't mean that you have to miss out completely. And so whether it's rewatching a webinar, rewatching a conference, but also being able to interact with those that have participated live. And we just want to be able to engage the content together. A lot of times we have vision days that are 6 days, 6 hours on the weekend, or maybe a church workshop. And then what do we do with that information? Even an hour or 90-minute long webinar, how do we continue to put into practice and converse about what it is that we hear in these moments? And so this is a place that we want just to continue that conversation and engage with each other, with the practitioners and the trainers that have been present in those training times, and also with individuals on the ground, whether it's church leaders, church members, being able to talk that out together. And another thing we often hear is that church leaders or pastors are the ones maybe attending conferences or gatherings or webinars, and you never know, sometimes don't know what to do with that information. And so FX Connect is a great way to pass on that information and to allow church leaders or congregants to be able to engage with some of that information as well. And then that last number 5, premium and add-ons, and that's just a way that we have to get more content than what's available on the basic plan. And then also add-ons is kind of courses, conferences and gatherings, books that are made available to you through these add-on pieces. So just recently we had the Rural Renewal Summit, and we have uploaded that onto the FX Connect as an add-on. And with that, people who weren't able to be there live are able to engage in that content. So yeah, that is kind of an overall vision of the FX Connect in a quick way. And Chris will do that slide later. I'm gonna have you stop sharing, I'll screen share, and we'll just take this moment to walk you through just how to create an account and then what is available. Chris, with that vision, did you have any questions or anything that you wanted to add?
No, it's really exciting and really good stuff. So at this time, I think Jeanette's just going to show you guys kind of A to Z how this works, how to get in there and take advantage of all these great resources. So yeah, why don't you show us what it looks like on the back end, Jeanette?
Sounds good. So when you visit FX Connect and go to the login page, sign up for that free account here to the top right corner. And then you're just going to put in your information. Create a password that you will be able to remember. Some bonus information. Could have also just typed that in. Scroll to the bottom there to the United States, the state that you're in. And then Blacksburg, agree to the terms of service and privacy, and then sign up now. Oops, my password is not consistent. About that. And once you do that, you will get this account verification notice. And so to that email address that you just put in there, you will receive a verification code, and you just put that in there. It has been verified. And then the first thing it walks you through doing is just kind of creating your profile and just some information about yourself. Go to next. You can choose how you identify in terms of the 3 kind of categories that Fresh Expressions uses often in terms of pioneer, permission giver, or supporter. If you don't know, that's okay. And you can just click not sure. And then if there's any specific kinds of Fresh Expressions that you are interested in. And so there's a lot of options there. You can click through that. And then right now, we're just going to stay on this basic account. And so we'll just make sure that that's highlighted. You can see here, if you click over to premium, that highlights that. That is an added monthly charge for some extra content. You'll see there more resources available at the FX Media Library. But we're just, again, going to go back to that basic subscription and hit submit. And we are in. An account creation was successful. And so, okay, traveling, navigating, got it. So we're just going to walk through these pieces here. That this is again the basic version. I will show you a couple things through premium. But yeah, what is available once you have successfully created an account? Kind of the main resource library is going to be here. You can see there's a drop down menu here on the left, and also these 4 categories here on the center of the screen. And anytime you click FX Connect, it kind of goes back to this. So with videos, you'll see it as a basic subscriber. These videos, old webinars, are made available to you. Now, if there's a video like this that is lighter on the screen, that means that's premium content. And if you clicked on that, that resource is locked for a different level of membership. But these are available. And so you just click on that and start play. And it would be if whether or not you wanted to watch the replay or revisit that content, and you can watch that there. This heart here, just as we're going along, is a way to develop a favorites kind of grouping of material. And so if you click that, then that will be added to favorites. And so if you just want to quickly find something that you know that you really liked, that you knew that you were going to want to revisit, you go down here to favorites, and you have that right there being available to you. Under ebooks, again, there's going to be content that's brighter here and some that's dimmer, and that means that this is locked content for other subscriptions, but there is a lot available to the basic subscriber. And so I'm just going to come down here. There's this Becoming a Network case study guide that you could use with a team, maybe going through trying to figure out a network of fresh expressions. And so this is a resource that can be printed, it can be downloaded, or just viewed through the website. And so that is an offering there. There's also study guides made available, similar to this one, from the steeple to the street. And just click on that. And again, the study guide is made available. Now I did just want to, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and share a new screen and just show you what it would look like in the event that you had upgraded your subscription to premium. Again, you're going to see everything that looks very similar to what I just showed you. But when you go to videos here, now you can see that these are all made available. And so there's really no locked content once you are on the premium level. And so under audio, this is content that is made available for a premium subscriber, is this audio devotional series. And so if you click there, I believe there are almost 40 episodes as a part of this Missio Divina audio devotional. And if you were to click play, it's just an opportunity to get a short, I don't think they're longer than 10-minute audio devotionals guiding you through just the phases of developing a fresh expression. And so I just wanted to make note of that in the premium content.
Can you tell us about a few of the other pieces of content, just besides the audio devotional? What other kind of things are in there?
Under the premium?
Both.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go back to my other screen and continue that. So yeah, under audio, it also has a lot of our podcasts, just as we know that you can find those on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, but they're also uploaded here. We also have different audios from past conferences and gatherings that have been hosted by Fresh Expressions. Again, this is premium content, but there is an Advent devotional that is there for an audio version. And again, there's several episodes of that Missio Divina. And then the fourth content library is just these articles. And oftentimes, maybe this is something you might see on our website, freshexpressions.com. But this is also another place where we post articles. And again, those are just, you click on them and you can read them on the website. The other pieces that we want to walk through today is this discussion feed. And so this is a way for you to begin that conversation that we talked about. And so whether it's starting a discussion, asking a question, just creating a post, this is an opportunity to do that here on the discussion feed. And as you can see here, people can, oops, clicked on the wrong thing, sorry. People can engage with that. So as we head into summer months, where are you experimenting with Fresh Expressions of Church? And so this content user responded to that post. And so it can just be a feed of answering that question. Maybe you are wondering how you're starting a dinner church and wondering, how do you make a meal for 100 people? Maybe we'll ask, what are the best recipes for dinner churches between the sizes 50 to 75? And you click post, agree to those statements. And then hope that somebody responds to that post. So that is one way that we have made available to interact with those, also using FX Connect. Another way is through groups. We will be curating these groups over time. Currently, we have a Rural Renewal Summit group, just a place if you'd like to offer group ideas, prayer walk, observations, keeping the conversation going through the podcast. And then based off of those 4 ways that you might identify yourself in terms of supporter, permission giver, pioneer. And so if one of these groups interests you, you can click join. And as long as it's not a private group, then you're able to join that. And then when you click into that group, it's just another way to engage in content. And so, yeah, you can just introduce yourself. And again, there's a space to engage in that community. Looks like maybe there might be a little bit of a loading issue with that. And then another great feature that is on FX Connect is our map. And if you scroll down here, you'll see all of these different Fresh Expressions of Church or dinner churches that have uploaded their content to let us know that they're out there. And maybe, yeah, just to let us know, but also if people are looking for Fresh Expressions in their area. And so any user can do this. So you just go to add the FX to the map, my Fresh Expressions to the map, and then you would enter in the relative information here. And so it's just a great way to get the word out about your Fresh Expression, but also just to encourage each other that they are happening all over the US. There also is this sort feature that you can use if Perhaps you are in Virginia and you're wondering, well, what other fresh expressions are happening in Virginia? You can scroll down here to Virginia and then hit apply. And then you'll see two groups have listed theirs in Virginia, in Fredericksburg and in Richmond. So if you click into that, you can see when they meet. You can see their website, how long they've been active, who they're affiliated with, what their focuses are. And so, yeah, it's just a great way to see who's out there. Or if you're thinking, let's scroll to the top here. Timed out on me. Well, why that's refreshing? Yeah, if you scroll back to the top, where this sort feature is at, maybe you're thinking about starting a fresh expression in the arts, and you have some questions about that. Maybe wondering what other groups that have that same focus have done. You can click on that. There's all these different options of sports and fitness, outdoors, animal related, and you click on that. And then those specific to the arts have popped up, and then you could visit those, maybe even inquire with the person who set that up. You can go to their profile and find their contact information and reach out to them and see what that looks like for them to have started that fresh expressions in the art and share ideas that way. So specifically with the map, the discussion feed, the groups, a lot of that is created content by those using the app. And so it will be as robust and as full as those with a subscription plan, whether basic or premium, are using those resources. And then the last bit that's also created by the users of FX Connect is this resource, Explore Resources or Upload Resources. This is an opportunity for the collaboration and sharing of resources between users. And so maybe you have a discussion guide that you think is really great, and you just want to make that available to other people. You would go here to upload. You can upload that through your Dropbox, through Google, or through just your computer. But then any user would be able to find that here. And so that is what has happened here with this discussion guide on community. And so I believe this is a series of discussion guides that someone has uploaded here under the discussion tools. Under listening tools, we have uploaded our prayer walking guide. And so you can see that there. But again, this is content generated by the user. And then finally, just the other one I wanted to point out was those recipes for large groups. And so if you are leading a dinner church and you want to know how to make sloppy joes for 100 people, someone has kindly created that recipe and uploaded it here for the good of the community. And so, yeah, this is just a great spot to upload things that have worked well for you and your fresh expression or you and your dinner church, and allow that to be used by other people. And then, like I said, we have add-ons. And so if you go to the top right of your screen and you click on courses and add-ons, we have different courses that for a charge can be accessed. Rethink Discipleship. This is a masterclass that we did. We have the 21st Century Christian video series that goes along with a book, and J.R. Briggs's House Church course. And so if you were to purchase that, you can click on here and kind of see like an intro video. You'll see that there is a companion guide. There's different sessions. These are all separate videos. that you can purchase as a course. Again, I mentioned earlier that we oftentimes have our gatherings and conferences uploaded. And so if you missed a Rural Renewal Summit, or you want to send that to someone else, you think that content might be good for them, that is made available here. There's past gatherings, whether that's the main session talks or the workshop talks. Future Convocation, I believe, happened in early 2021. And so again, that's just a conference made available here for those that may have missed it. And then finally, just an opportunity to purchase some ebooks there. So once you, I'm gonna stop my screen again and go back to that other account. So once you've purchased something, an add-on, I'll show you where you will be able to find that. Once you've purchased over here at that top right corner, your add-on, if you were to go over here to purchase courses and add-ons, again, whether it's a course, it would then show up here, and you can click on that, and then you would have access to that material that you just purchased. And so you can kind of walk through that course at your own pace, jump around if you'd like to different videos. But that then is made available to you and will be, there's no time limit or expiration date. Once you have purchased that, it will be in your purchased category here to the left. I'll show one other. Again, with conferences, this was the Rural Renewal Summit that we just had. We click on open. All of these are the main session and the workshop sessions as well. And so for anyone who attended this is also how they received the replay. And so if they were only able to attend 2 out of the 4 workshops, they then have access to all of them. But again, if you missed signing up or wasn't sure if it would be relevant, or any other number of reasons, then you can also purchase this, and the videos are made accessible to you. So I think that is all of the pieces that we wanted to make sure that you knew about. Again, that favorites, as you click on those hearts, it will start to curate just those favorites, whether that's something that you want to make sure you go back and visit, something you just don't want to lose in the mix of things. Again, throughout, there's this sort filter that can help you, whether it's trying to find something specific to a focus area or a topic. You can use that, or as well as that search menu there. So I believe that is the pieces of just the premium and the basic subscription that we wanted to share with you this afternoon. And then just real briefly, another piece of this new launch of FX Connect is an opportunity for conferences, maybe seminaries, maybe cohorts or collectives to create a custom subscription. And so we have been working with our partners at American Bible Society with Live the Word, and they have created a custom subscription. And so when those custom subscriptions are available and you have subscribed to them, they will show up here on your drop-down menu. But what ends up happening here is this content is specific to Live the Word. And so I've been working with them to curate their specific library. Some of that does involve some of our stuff. but it doesn't have to. And so we work with you to have an admin that understands kind of the back end of this site. And once you have clicked on whatever this custom subscription title might be, whether it's the North Carolina Conference of the UMC or Live the Word, or a seminary or a cohort, this content becomes private to that user and whoever subscribed to that specific custom subscription. And so these groups would then be specific to that subscription. And so you can see that these groups are very different than the groups mentioned previously, because these are Live the Word groups. The discussion feed doesn't have anything on it yet because we're developing this side for Live the Word. But again, that's not going to be the same discussion feed that's on that premium content side. The library, or the FX map is the same, but even Explore resources, these are the same categories, but only if someone uploads that content into the subscribed area would you see it in this area. If you have a specific folder for this area, you might be able to see the folder, but you're not going to be able to see the content at a different subscription. And so anything that, again, is under this custom subscription can be specific and specified to that group, and it will be private, whether that's the conversation or the content. But with this custom subscription, all your users will also have access to the premium content of Fresh Expressions, of FX Connect, excuse me. And so then you just kind of toggle between those different subscriptions, and they would have access to our content as well. But that just allows for, just the availability to have kind of all the resources and content in one spot, but also that people who, whether it's paying for it or just maybe not in that cohort, doesn't have access to that custom subscription. But we are excited about that, and are excited to talk to people that might be interested in creating a custom subscription on FX Connect. So I think at that point, those are all the pieces that we wanted to share today. Chris, unless anything you feel like has been missed?
No, but let's just review real quick. So who do you say this is for? Like, who would really take advantage of this, and think of, and each of the different membership options you mentioned?
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, it's for anyone exploring the Fresh Expressions world. And so I think a basic subscription is really great for anybody. And that allows just some maybe experimenting or testing of waters, just seeing who else is exploring different Fresh Expressions. Maybe if you're at like a starting stage, maybe you're like, what even is a Fresh Expression? What would be considered a Fresh Expressions of church? Or how do these dinner churches in other areas work? And so I really think anyone could get some great resources and great encouragement and support at a basic level. The premium content, again, I think maybe a lot of times people might think that it's for the church pastor, but oftentimes we see that the pastors are the supporters, ones that are helping their congregants to live out into their communities. And so I think really the premium content is a great place for pioneers and pioneers and supporters to I guess the pastors are oftentimes more permission givers, I'm sorry, but pioneers and supporters to be able to see what's out there, to find new ideas, to be inspired. And so those would be, what I would say for free and premium. Organizations, if with that custom subscription, I think we are kind of at a blank canvas right now. We know we have this partnership with Live the Word, and it makes sense to have a lot of their content there. But whether it's a conference, denomination, a seminary, we think there's a lot of great ways to use FX Connect to create a resource library specific to maybe your denomination or seminary or that cohort experience. And so that's kind of what that next level is. But as you can see there on the screen, the pricing again for that basic level, which does provide access to discussion feeds, chat rooms, the library with limited access. Again, we pointed that out earlier, and that resource library and the map, that is free. And so just if you went through those steps that I went through earlier, you would have that free account. The premium subscription is at $3.99 a month charge. That gives you access to all of the resources in the resource library, as well as those same pieces from the basic subscription. But also we upload new content on a regular basis. And so that is also why there's that monthly charge there. And if you like to just experiment with what is in that premium subscription plan, you can receive 1 month free if you put walkthrough as your promo code for that, and that will give you access for 1 month just to kind of explore around in the videos, the audio, the ebooks, and see what is available there under the premium plan. And then if you are maybe a denominational leader, a conference leader, if you would like to make FX Connect available to a grouping of leaders, we do have specific subscription plans that can be worked out. And so we would just have you email appsupport@freshexpressions.com, and we would connect you with the director of Fresh Expressions, and we can figure out what kind of specific plan would work best for you. And so that's not a custom plan. That's just a different pricing than that $3.99 that maybe you want to make available to a larger grouping of individuals. And so those are the 3 pricing plans that we have.
All right, that's great. Well, I hope that you guys will all head over to fxconnectus.org, create your free account, and start taking advantage of this right now. And remember that if you use the code walkthrough, what do you get?
1 month free premium.
1 month of free premium content, which is a fantastic deal. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeanette. And thank you guys for those of you who joined us live. And we look forward to seeing what you guys do with all these great resources. God bless.
Thank you.